webinar. I'm Ankita Nagaraj and I head the customer success team at SellerApp. In today's webinar, we're going to discuss topics mainly related to listing optimization and keyword research, but we're also going to be discussing much more. So let's begin. I'm going to share my screen and I hope you can hear me okay. Okay. All right. So I head the customer success team. That's my picture. Alright, so the topics that are going to be covered in today's webinar are industry trends since the advent of COVID-19, impact of COVID on Amazon business, magic formula for success on Amazon, how to increase discoverability, how to build a brand, and how to provide great customer experience. Before I dive straight into the topic of the webinar, I'd like to introduce SellerApp to those of you who are unfamiliar with SellerApp and for those of you who have never used SellerApp platform. We have two solutions. The first solution is growth consulting and the second solution is a self-service platform that anybody can use. I will be talking at length about our growth consulting part, which includes managed services for Amazon advertising and listing creation, and we also have consultation calls for all of our customers. The second part of our solution is a self-service platform. We have a whole suite of features that helps you at every stage of your Amazon journey, starting from researching products, validating products, keyword research, listing checking, and Amazon advertising, automation and management, every little thing, right? So some of the functionalities that we have include product intelligence, buy box reports, and many other reports, monitoring and alerting, search optimization, advertising management and automation, and also a sales dashboard. So if you haven't already signed up to our platform, I would highly recommend you to do that first thing right after you watch this video. So go to SellerApp.com and sign up for a 7-day free trial. Somebody will be in touch with you to guide you to make use of our platform immediately and get immediate benefits. So go to SellerApp.com, sign up for a free trial. Okay, I have two case studies for you today. The reason why I've included these two case studies is because ever since the pandemic started, the goods can be classified into two different categories: non-essential and essential. And everybody is worried about what's happening right now. Can I still make money? Can I still make sales, get sales? So the answer to those questions are yes, you can still make money, you can still expect a positive sales growth. So both of these case studies have been derived from our clients' accounts. So the first case study is of a client of ours who is into a non-essential category. They manufacture industrial adhesives, sealants, and lubricants. And the second case study is of a client that manufactures essential goods. They're into coffee and tea substitutes category, grocery and gourmet. So let's have a look at this first case study, shall we? So as I said, they're in the category of industrial and scientific. Their product portfolio includes non-toxic wood sealer, grout cleaner, paint stripper, and many other such products. They recently expanded their business to Amazon.com, and they were making less than $5,000 when we took their account, and we've seen incremental steady growth in their account ever since. So as you can see on the right hand side of the x-axis, you can see sales, and on the left of the x-axis, you can see ACOS numbers. So they were making about less than $5,000 in the month of December, and then they were making about $7,000, then $13,000, and their highest recorded sales has been in the month of March, which is $17,000, which is close to $17,884. So that's close to $18,000, which is great. So this goes to show that no matter what you're selling, you can definitely make money on Amazon still, and you can definitely expect a positive sales growth. I will be talking about the second case study at the end of this webinar, so make sure you watch till the end. Okay, let's start with some of the industry trends. related to COVID. So the demand has been increasing for some of the product categories that didn't have as much demand before, and the demand has been declining for some other categories that had huge demand before. So let's see the top 5 fastest growing product categories. Disposable gloves, which is quite obvious, everybody needs gloves and masks. Bread machines, because people the supermarkets have been running out of bread. So people have resorted to making their own bread, because of which there's an increasing demand for bread machines. Cough and cold medication, soups because everybody wants to be comforted, dried grains and rice because non-perishables. Everybody is trying to hoard or stock non-perishable items, food items. So these are the top 5 fastest growing product categories. And the top 5 fastest declining product categories are luggage and suitcases, cameras, men's swimwear, bridal clothing, men's formal wear. Looks like COVID has had a certain impact on men's choice of clothing. Some other industry trends related to COVID are increase in demand for essential products. COVID-19 related product searches dominates the market. Grocery has been soaring over the rest of the categories across e-commerce platforms. E-commerce advertising spend is predicted to grow by 17.7%. This is quite interesting because you can expect an increase in competition in the coming months. On the contrary, we've seen the CPC, cost per click, go down across several different categories, but hey, you need to monitor your CPC and make sure you're on top of it. And another interesting trend is mobile search traffic cut by nearly 25% in March. So I suspect that's because people are starting to use laptops more and more for personal use. They could be placing their orders online through their laptops or desktop devices, but the data is still unconfirmed, so who's to say? Okay, what is the direct impact of COVID on Amazon business? So that's what we are interested in. It has resulted in an increase in lead times and shipping times, and this is due to Amazon shutting down partially or completely its operations in some of its fulfillment centers. So one cannot say for sure what the delay will be for sure, because it depends on which warehouse your product is in and the priorities of deliveries for that specific day or when your delivery is due. So it is good to know what the lead time and shipping time is going to be so that you can manage your customers' expectations. The second trend is rising popularity of FBA alternatives, such as fulfilled by merchant and third-party logistics. So this is due to people facing problems with FBA, and people are resorting to fulfill orders by themselves or partnering with third-party logistics services. So if you are facing FBA problems yourself, so make sure you explore these options. Waiver of long-term storage fees for inventory stored in the United States and 7 other countries from April 15th. And as all of us already know, Amazon wasn't allowing inventory for non-essential goods till April 5th. And post that, it is slowly expanding the list of essential goods ever since. So if you want to know if your products make the list, if your products are eligible for inventory replenishment, go to Restock Inventory page and check it out for yourself. Okay, so what do you do when you're sitting and waiting for Amazon to allow your inventory? What do you have to do when you're waiting for things to go back to normal? You can do a lot of these things that you didn't have time for before, like research and optimizing and learning new things about Amazon business, right? So this is what we'll be focusing on in today's webinar. What can you do now to improve your Amazon business? If you ask me, there's there is a magic formula for success on Amazon. So the magic formula is discoverability, brand trust, and customer experience. Discoverability, because your customers have to discover your product first. If you're lost in the pages of hundreds and thousands of pages of Amazon search results, nobody's going to discover you. So you need to be discoverable. And the second pillar of success is brand trust. People have to trust your brand and product before they purchase your product. And the third is customer experience. Let's say that you have been discovered by a customer, and you have been able to invoke trust in your brand and also your product. People have purchased your product. Then you have to provide good customer experience for them to keep coming back to you, to establish brand loyalty, establish strong customer base, which defines your long-lasting success on Amazon. If you do not, if you can't achieve any of these aspects, then you will not have success on Amazon. Okay, so let's look at it one by one. Increase in discoverability. So the very foundation of discoverability lies keywords, right? So what makes an awesome keyword? So this is what we're interested in. I would say a combination of 4 different attributes. It has to be long tail, it has to have a good search volume, it has to be relevant to your product, and it has to be trending. So before you get into researching keywords, I would say spend some time on researching who your audience is, who your customers are, what do they want, what are their business needs, why are they coming to you, how are they articulating their needs, and who your competitors are, and lastly, how do you want to position your product. Once you have answers to all of these questions, then you can use any keyword research tool out there. SellerApp has 3 keyword research tools that helps you get a good list of keywords, but yeah, you can use any tool and get a list of awesome keywords. If you have a combination of all of these 4 attributes in varying degrees, then you will have a list of awesome keywords. But having a list of good keywords is not enough. You have to rank on page 1 for these keywords. That's the most important thing, isn't it? So let's look at how you can achieve that. Okay, so Amazon uses A9 algorithm to arrange the products on its product page, on its search pages, right? Browse page. So Amazon's A9 algorithm uses keyword relevancy to figure out which product comes first on its page. So keyword relevancy again depends on 2 different factors. One is keyword match or search engine optimized copy. So it is not enough if you have a list of keywords, you randomly throw it in your listing. No, that's not enough. It also matters how you put it in your listing. Where do you put it? In the title, bullet points, and description, the number of times you repeat it, and also the context you use the keywords in. So these are all the things that are really important. And the second thing is you need to prove to Amazon that anybody that has a similar search query will buy your product. Otherwise, what's the point in displaying your product on its search results? So you need to establish sales history for each of these search queries. So as long as you have these both of these things, then you establish keyword relevancy. So once you have keyword relevancy, then you can easily rank on page 1 of Amazon search results. Higher the relevance, greater the ranking. Other factors includes sales history, reviews and ratings, customer experience factors like order defect rate, cancellation rate, returns rate, etc. Okay, so let's say that you have amazing product ranking, like you're ranking on page 1 for most of your keywords, but once you start ranking, you can't say for sure, you can't predict that you will still have the same rank tomorrow or later today. So also because the situation right now is so mercurial, you can't predict anything. And also another thing that you have to keep in mind is keyword search rank is relative, it's not absolute. So if you're ranking on page 1 for a certain keyword today, and because you go out of stock, you could lose your ranking, and that will impact your competitors' rank as well. So your competitors' product search rank can come up, can improve. So track the keywords of your products, track keywords of your competitor products, and you can keep an eye on your competitor product listings as well to see if they're losing buy box or if they're going out of stock, and you can target their keywords in your advertising campaigns or in your listing for organic visibility. You can use, again, plenty of keyword ranking tools out there. SellerApp has keyword tracker, which gives you real-time information about where your keywords are currently on the Amazon search results. So you can track your keywords, competitors' keywords, and monitor it to see if there is any variation. All right, brand trust. This is the second pillar for achieving success on Amazon. Listing is the most essential tool for brand building because listing is the only medium through which your customers interact with your brand. So as long as you have a fantastic listing for all of your products, you can identify good brand persona. So in order to build brand identity, you can use professional, high-resolution images and videos. Amazon has come up with video ads as well, so it is highly important that you work on creating videos. Maybe that's something that you can work on right now. And include A+ content with excellent brand story, compelling ad copy. So these are all the things that you have to have in your listing. We will be talking about what makes a good listing in the next slide. But yeah, in order to create a good brand identity, these are the building blocks. Building credibility. So in order to build credibility, you need to have outstanding reviews and ratings. Shoppers only listen to other shoppers, and especially if you have fantastic reviews with great images, you can't establish credibility. So make sure you work on getting more reviews, more ratings as you go. And it is essential for you to emotionally connect with your customers as well. You need to have right set of keywords and great images to increase your conversions. So you have to use the language of your customers, speak their language, understand how they're articulating their business needs, and use the same keywords in your listing. And lastly, innovate, create, and differentiate. You cannot crush your competitors, you cannot dominate your niche if you are no different from your competitors. So you need to innovate, you need to create, and you need to differentiate. Okay, so now let's talk about listing optimization. What makes a great product listing? So you need to have professional, high-quality product images that emphasizes your product and also showcases its usability. Have attractive product title that includes relevant keywords stitched naturally in between. Bullet points that talks about key features of your product with relevant keywords included in a visually pleasing format. And A+ content which tells your brand story. Less than a minute video that showcases your product and tells your brand story. Essentially, in the title, you need to have all the information that your audience is looking for and the right set of keywords to create a meaningful sentence. You can't just throw in keywords and expect it to be meaningful. And it has to be attractive as well, because that's the first thing that anybody sees about your product. So if they're not convinced by your title, they're not going to click on your listing. And the second thing is you need to have excellent images. You need to have high resolution, professionally taken images in your listing, and bullet points have to be neat. You can't just throw in keywords and stuff the keywords and just have grammatical errors in your bullet points. It won't make the cut. You need to it needs to be in a visually pleasing format. It needs to be readable, and also it needs to be compelling. It needs to have an ad copy that drives conversions, and A plus content which tells your brand story. You need to create a brand story. You need to convey that through your A plus content. And also, it doesn't harm to have a video. It actually increases conversions. So make sure that you work on a video, creating a video that tells your brand story and also something about your product. Okay, why should you optimize listings and keywords periodically? It maximizes your keyword discoverability. The more keywords you put in your listing, the more you update your listing with new keywords, the more discoverable you are, more visibility you get. It increases your conversions for your Amazon product. You basically need to understand what leads to more conversions, which of the keywords are converting for you, and what features do your customers really like, and you need to highlight those in your listing. That leads to increasing conversions, and this is something that you need to keep updating. You need to keep learning, and to keep with changing trends and user shopping behavior, you need to update your keywords. So for example, during Christmas, you would probably add more gift keywords in your listing, right? The same goes with seasons and holidays, and basically you need to keep updating your listing in accordance with seasonality. So as we saw, keyword optimization, which leads to organic visibility, advertising, which leads to inorganic visibility. So both together makes your product more discoverable, leads to better visibility, overall visibility, and which leads to more sales because you have excellent product listings. Deliver best customer experience, which is the third pillar for achieving success. On Amazon, you can do tiny little things that doesn't require a lot of effort, like answer questions, address negative reviews, give promotions and discounts, especially now, since a lot of people are shopping online, and this is the time for you to give some sort of promotions and discounts. Monitor your inventory so that you don't go out of stock, like they place an order and then you run out of inventory. That's not a good place to be at. And make sure if you're doing FBM or using third-party logistics services, make sure you know what the delivery times are and manage your customers' expectations accordingly. And off Amazon, on your website or social media pages, you can try and build an email list. You can engage with them. You can get in touch with them, send relevant content to make sure that they're engaged with your brand while you're maybe out of stock or out of inventory. And you can also use notify me instead of currently unavailable, so that they get a notification once you're back in stock and they'll buy your product. And also, if you're out of stock, do make sure that you mention when you'll be back so that they'll come back and purchase your products. Okay, competition monitoring is the last aspect of the success on Amazon. Although I haven't mentioned it, it is essential for you to be monitoring your competitors from time to time. And I'm sure this is something that you've been meaning to do, but since you didn't have time, you couldn't get to it. Now is the time. How do you monitor your competitors? You do product analysis. You understand strengths and weaknesses of their products. What do people like about the product? What do people dislike about the product? So that you can highlight those features that people dislike in their product. If it's a strength of your product, you can highlight it in your listing. You can also identify portfolio gaps and see if you have a product that they lack and advertise that product under their product listing. You can also do a listing analysis, get an idea about why their listing is working out, why their listing is not working out. This is especially true for brand analytics. You can check for each individual search term who's getting most number of clicks, who's getting most number of sales, and go through their listing to see what's working out and what isn't. Sales data. You can also study their pricing and promotion strategy, monitor their inventory, and buy box to take advantage of their unavailability. So if they're running out of stock or if they lose buy box, you can target their product and sell your products to their customers. Get more market share. So lastly, customer reviews. Make sure you go through customer reviews of others' products to get some insights into their user experience, to see if you can learn something, and also to see if there is any weaknesses you can take advantage of. So we are at the end of the webinar, and let's discuss the second case study. This client is into essential category, and as I said before, they're in grocery and gourmet food. They manufacture coffee and tea substitutes. They're a pretty popular brand. So we took their account sometime in the month of October, and we've been seeing steady growth, actually significant growth in the month of Feb and March, which is again, to the contrary of what people believe. The demand is not declining, but it is actually increasing for a lot of the categories. So as you can see, they were making less than 37,000. On the right hand side, you can see the sales numbers. So they started with 40,000, and then 36,000, 55,000, and then they hit their record highest sales in the month of March, which is 76,000, almost about like 80,000, which is fantastic. So this goes to show that you can definitely make a difference by working on your business. Still, you can definitely create a lot of difference. You just need to identify the gaps in your business and start working on it right now. And also, as you can see, the ACOS has been quite steady, and it's in fact going down right now. So no matter what you're selling, work on your business right now, and you will see a positive sales growth. Let's talk about our professional services, growth consulting. So as I said, we provide two types of managed services. The first managed services is for Amazon advertising. We provide end-to-end solutions. We provide end-to-end management. So we audit the campaigns, we come up with an action plan, we set a goal and target, and we come up with an action plan to achieve that, and we have our PPC specialists work on your campaigns, and we provide monthly status reports as well. We review it with our customers, and we provide the bi-monthly reports. So we do everything. All you have to do once you give us your Amazon advertising account is to sit back and relax. So once you give us your account, once we set goals for specific months, we start working on achieving those goals. The second type of managed services that we have is listing creation. So we don't just create a listing, ad copy, and give it to you. We do the groundwork. We understand your product, we understand your customers, your audience, understand their needs, why they're coming to you for your product, and how they're articulating it, how you're positioning your product, and also who your competitors are. And based on all of this, we research keywords, and then we create an ad copy that is appealing to your customers. So this is what we do. And it is a conversion driven copy so that you can see actual growth in your sales. Okay, the last thing that I'd like to say before I conclude this presentation is the future is bright. Do not worry, do not think that things are not working out well. You just have to identify the opportunities. So let's have a look at some of the advantages that you can get right now. Online shopping is more popular now than ever. So more and more people, baby boomers and Gen X that preferred brick and mortar stores before are slowly migrating to online shopping methods because quarantine, people can't get out. So Amazon is getting more and more people to buy from its platform. Chance for everyone to shine. As I said, right now the situation is so mercurial that you can't predict anything. A lot of the big brands are going out of stock, and a lot of people, there is definitely less competition in several categories. So if you're in one of those categories, or if you're in one of the categories where the demand has skyrocketed, then you're in luck. So there's chance for everyone to shine. And global e-commerce sales are expected to top $4.2 trillion in 2020. So that's saying something. And time is an opportunity. It's Most people underestimate time, because the more you learn about Amazon business, the more things you implement, all of this needs time. So the more you implement, you can see changes in your sales growth. So time is definitely an opportunity that you have to seize. Expand your portfolio. Look at what products you can possibly source and sell. Identify gaps in your own product portfolio and see what you can possibly sell in the future. And also plan for your future. You can look at what new Amazon advertising strategies you can implement, what new things you can do with your business to grow your business. So that's it for today's webinar. If you liked the webinar, please let us know in the comment section. And also, if you would like to focus on any topic, we'd be happy to do that. You can reach out to us at sales@sellerapp.com. You can also reach out to me personally at Ankita Nagaraj at sellerapp.com. You can ping me on Skype or give me a call. So make sure that you reach out to us. Let us know if you like this webinar, and we'll be coming up with more such informative webinars soon. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching.